Hey there, friends! My name is Desiree, aka Mama Friendly, and I'm trying something a little different this year when it comes to our homeschooling. All of the main information is going to be found in the very first video of this series, which I'll link up here in case you've missed it. But the Cliff's Notes version is that I've been homeschooling my son his entire life. He's 9 years old and on the autism spectrum. He has nonverbal autism along with a few other medical diagnoses. My son also has a complete and absolute undying love for all things Disney, much like his mama. So this year I thought it would be fun to give our unit studies a little bit of a Disney twist. So every 2 weeks this year we're going to start a new unit study based on a Disney ride, movie, character, etc. We're going to be doing our academic work around that theme, but also at least one cooking activity and at least one art activity. So in these videos, I want to show you guys some of the things that we do to fit the theme, and I have a Pinterest board pertaining to each of the themes. And so along with every single one of these videos, there's going to be a link in the description box to that particular theme's Pinterest board. So make sure that you check those out because I am only showing you some of the things that we're getting into every week, but the board is going to have more activities and also activities for kids of different ages and different abilities. So with all that being said, let's get into our theme. So for our Alice in Wonderland theme, I had kind of a little bit of a hard time thinking up what exactly should be our art project. And then I found this. So this is a ceramic paint your own tea set. And what is more Alice in Wonderland than a tea party? So I'm not sure if you can actually drink tea out of these, but I thought it'd be fun to decorate our own tea set nonetheless. And then later on this week, as part of our cooking/sensory activity, we can make our own tea party. Isn't that a cute idea? I thought it was a really cute idea. And my son's been really into painting lately, so I think he's going to enjoy this. Let's make some art. This is so cool. We don't have an Alice. Well, I guess we have the Mad Hatter's teacups, don't we? I forgot that that was an Alice in Wonderland themed ride because there's not a whole lot of theming besides the teacups and the little mouse. But Disneyland has an Alice in Wonderland dark ride.
Wait! Please! He went this way. No, that way.
The flowers are my favorite. This is my favorite scene of the movie. Oof, whoever's recording this ride is very shaky. Apparently this is in Paris. It's called Alice's Curious Labyrinth. I've never even heard of this. I'm not sure what kind of ride this is. It seems to be a walkthrough attraction, kind of like Swiss Family Robinson in Walt Disney World. Very interesting. Learning new things, see? Yeah, so it's literally a maze. That's interesting. It's a hedge maze. Yeah, we couldn't do something like this in Florida. With how much it rains here, this would be closed constantly. And And apparently Disney in Shanghai has a similar maze that's Alice in Wonderland themed. I had no idea. Yeah, buddy, this is pretty cool, huh? The art is very different from the movie, though. I'm guessing this is more related to the books. Or maybe the live-action movie? I never saw the live-action movie that came out recently. Yep, that's Helena Bonham Carter right there, so I'm gonna guess that this is to do with the live-action movie. Yeah, I found another video of the Shanghai attraction during the day so we could get a better look at everything. So pretty. With the castle in the background. Wow. And there's the queen. This is super, super impressive. Little funhouse mirrors, that's a cute touch. Super cool. So here we've got the Disneyland version of the teacups, and as you can see, there's no ceiling, there's no roof to it, because it doesn't rain in California, barely. So they don't have to make that adjustment for the weather. And I don't know if it's accurate or not, but supposedly the purple teacup is the fastest one. She's not very impressed. Oh, this is cool. This particular video actually has captions on the bottom that's explaining how the ride works. So that's awesome in case you're interested in the actual mechanics of the ride. In case you want to see this yourself, the channel is called Voices on Call. Disneyland Paris also has a version of this ride, and this is the one I've been on. This is the Disney World version, and you can see that this one does have a ceiling. It has to because it's constantly pouring in Florida, so if we left it open, nobody would ever be able to ride it. And then we also have the same little paper lanterns. Yep, there's a meet and greet outside the ride usually. That's obviously pre-COVID. I don't know if they're still doing those same meet and greets now. Probably not. But the ride, obviously, the mechanics are the same. The only difference besides the ceiling is that we also have the cute little dormouse. You can see the big teapot in the center, and there's a little mouse that pops out of the top of it as the ride goes on. So we have that, and Disneyland does not. It's so fun to see how Disney can take the same IP and turn it into so many different attractions. Of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of cabbages and kings. I recite this poem to my son all the time. It's tea party day, friends. I might have to get creative with our plates and cups and whatnot because, as you might have seen in our painting activity, the tea set I bought, I intended to use for our tea party as well, but it's much smaller than I realized. But I'm gonna be making tea for myself. I drink tea every afternoon anyway, so that's kind of the norm. My son is gonna help me prepare dairy-free, gluten-free, low-carb cucumber cream cheese sandwiches. I've never had that before. It doesn't sound good to me at all, but that's like traditional tea party food, so I figured we'd give it a try. And it'll give him a chance to work on his spreading technique and chopping the vegetables. And then something else we're going to do, which I am looking forward to, is we're gonna bake. I found a recipe for low-carb strawberry lemon tea cakes. Now these are low-carb and they're naturally gluten-free, but the recipe calls for things like sour cream and cream cheese. And as you might know, if you're not new around here, my son and I both are gluten, dairy, and soy-free. So I happen to have dairy-free sour cream and dairy-free cream cheese. I'm going to be using both of those instead of the regular kind. I don't know if that's going to affect the taste or the texture, but that's what we have to do in order to make this recipe work for our family. And then anywhere that it calls for butter in the recipe, I'm going to be using coconut oil instead. In any case, as always, I'm going to be posting a link to the original recipe in the description box of this video so that if you want to follow along either exactly as it's written or with our alterations, I guess, you can do either or. Let's get baking! Can you put this in here? Oh, good job. Okay, got a little more. It's okay. It's dry. It's not... Okay. Here, you take it. Good job. Thank you. Empty this out like that. Okay, let's see what comes next. So we need a tablespoon of coconut. Oh, good job. Thank you. Buddy, you're a great baker. You need 5 tablespoons of that, or 1.5 times. What's 1.5 times 5? 7.5. Do 1, 2. You ready? Look. We need 8. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's really good. Here, do this line. Wow. Wow. Good job, bud. Alright friends, that's gonna wrap up our Alice in Wonderland homeschool theme. My son had a lot of fun this time around. And I did too. I did not expect to enjoy that tea party with him so much. He really had a good time putting everything together. He absolutely loved painting the tea set. Didn't work out exactly as I'd planned because I'd really hoped that it would be like a proper size tea set. But we had so much fun all the same. He really enjoyed baking this week. He actually paid a good amount of attention to the movie, which is surprising. My son, like his mom, does not have the attention span to just sit through an entire movie, but he really did look up and like engage with it way more than I expected. And that was really nice to see because I love Alice in Wonderland. So that's gonna do it for us this time. Make sure you check the description box for a link to the Pinterest board that pertains to this theme. There you're gonna find not only everything we worked on in this video, but also other activities for kiddos of all ages and all abilities. And even after I complete the themes for these videos, if I find something interesting that pertains to the theme, I'll go back and I'll add that in as well. So the Pinterest boards are constantly growing, and I do that because I expect to go back and do this theme again at some point. That's the great thing about homeschooling. It always evolves along with your kiddo. So if you do any of these activities, let me know how they go for you in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope you'll please give it a big thumbs up. I'd also love it if you'd subscribe and click that notification bell because I post at least 3 times a week and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks so much again for watching. Bye!